Assalamualaikum mbokk bahel Gambian Challenge TV right now ñu ngi fii ci Westfield bori Alliance Franco Gambian Women's Life Matter ñoo nekk di def seen peaceful march and also commemorating seen 1 year anniversary bi so right now fi mu nekk nii mu jigéen ñi génn si neen mag ak ndaw pour ñoo teewee si bés bi ko ñu la wax ne waa Gambian Challenge TV tam as time goes on di leen génn live tamit pour wane ne lépp li nga xam ne mu ngi happen gis nañ fi most of the women génn si neen pour ñëw observe bés bi Gambian Women Life Matter nag doon na organisation boo xam ne wala groupe boo xam ne daal ñu ngi ko formoon some a year back in September 2020 pour mën a gis ne mun na ñëw seentu jigéen ñi nga xam ne ñu ngi ñàkk seen bakken when it comes to giving birth because gis na loolu bëri na si biir Gambia bi fii when it comes to jigéen ñi nga xam ne ñu ngi mucc si lopitaan si so fu mu nekk ne we are heading towards Westfield monument so right now that is what is happening.
Gambian Women's Life Matters. Gambian Women's Life Matters. Gambian Women's Life Matters. Gambian Women's Life Matters. Gambian Women's Life Matters.
There again, ñu ngi yu ko nekk is chanting Gambian Women's Life Matter. Our women deserve better. So
Gambian Women's Life Matters. 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 Gambian Women's Life Matters.
Oh, dañoo gën a yuuna dañoo gën a yuuna
Gambian Women's Life Matters.
dañoo gën a
Gambian
yuuna
Women's Life Matters. Gambian 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 Women's Life Matters.
okay, just to tell ñu nekk di seetaan right now Westfield going towards the youth monument. It's a peaceful march bi nga xam ne waa Gambian Women's Life Matters ñoo ko nekk def also celebrating seen 1 year anniversary bi so continue watching and daal di seetaan ñu indi leen a live coverage of what is happening right now. So this again, people are chanting the Gambian Women's Life Matter. We deserve better. Some jigéen yaa ngi dee when it comes to giving birth in hospitals. So this again, fi fu mu nekk nii ba léegi ñu ngi leen fii ci Westfield. From si li nga xam ne moo nekk Westfield Arias Franco going towards the youth monument so gis ngeen jigéen ñi génn si neen from different places from different walks of life pour mën a gis na mun nañoo commemorate bés bi our women deserve better xaga childbirth shouldn't be a death sentence to every woman so gis ngeen right now nekk di ñëw si like madness.
Talking about the women that know their lives being under this line. Guy, foog naa ne nag ñu ngi tudd guy nga xam ne dañ demoon surgery. ñaata. woman that like a family, they are under surgery. It's a woman that knows a
Okay, the lemonade still gis na looking like it happen right now. One is not the sister who is so emotional. Maybe she has a relative thing have nanya jot na nyaka bakena misili nga hamne mo neka li neka di happen. Jigeen ya nga joy when it comes to having so I think it's high time to work together to eradicate because Gambian women's life matters.
Gambian women's life matters. Gambian women's life matters. Gambian women's life matters. Come on, let's move. Gambian women's life matters. 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 Gambian women's life matters.
Gambian women to continue dying.
Gambian women's life matters. 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 Gambian women's life matters.
Comme ni ngeen ko déggee rek Gambian women's life matter peaceful march bi nekk di def fii at Westfield.
Gambian women's life matters. Gambian women's life matters. Gambian women's life matters. Gambian women's life matters.
We have to support them.
Gambian women's life matters. 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 Gambian women's life matters.
Yes, ma'am.
Gambian women's life matters.
Yes, ma'am.
Gambian women's life matters. Gambian women's life matters. Gambian women's life matters. Gambian women's life matters. Gambian women's life matters.
Gambian women's life matter. Gambian women's life matter.
Gambian women's life matters. Gambian women's life matters. Gambian women's life matters. Gambian women's life matters.
Yalla ko yalla hare ajana. Yalla ko yalla hare ajana. Yalla ko yalla hare ajana.
Gambian women's life matters.
Gambian women's life matter. Gambian women's life matter.
Gambian women's life matters.
Gambian Talents TV ñoo leen fi nekkal peaceful march.
Yalla ko yalla hare ajana.
Gambian Women's Life Matter.
Yalla ko yalla hare ajana.
Say like they are commemorating their
Yalla ko
1 year
yalla hare
anniversary.
ajana.
What they are working
Yalla ko yalla hare
together
ajana.
to youth monument. So keep
Yalla ko yalla hare ajana.
Gambian Women's Life Matter. Just then of recent make a dunya case and back and with regards to giving.
Gambian Women's Life Matters. 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 I am Kumbajo. Gambian Women's Life Matters. I am Patajo. Gambian Women's Life Matters. I am Kumbasambu. Gambian Women's Life Matters. I am Jangebu. Gambian Women's Life Matters. I am Patajo. Gambian Women's Life Matters. I am Patumbalo. Gambian Women's Life Matters. I am Wasaboja. Gambian Women's Life Matters. I am Kanimade. Gambian Women's Life Matters. 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 I am Jangebu. Gambian Women's Life Matters. I am Kanimade. Gambian Women's Life Matters. I am Jangebuja. Gambian Women's Life Matters. I am Wasaboja. Gambian Women's Life Matters. I am Kumbasabu. Gambian Women's Life Matters. 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 I am Kanimade. Gambian Women's Life Matters. I am Patajo. Gambian Women's Life Matters. I am Wasaboja. Gambian Women's Life Matters. I am Wasaboja. Gambian Women's Life Matters. I am Kanimade. Gambian Women's Life Matters. 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 I am Patajo. Gambian Women's Life Matters. I am Wasaboja. Gambian Women's Life Matters. I am Kanimade. Gambian Women's Life Matters. I am Patumbalo. Gambian Women's Life Matters. 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 I am Patajo. Gambian Women's Life Matters. I am Kanimade. Gambian Women's Life Matters. I am Wasaboja. Gambian Women's Life Matters. I am Jangebu. Gambian Women's Life Matters. I am Kumbasambu. Gambian Women's Life Matters. Gambian Women's Life Matters. Gambian Women's Life Matters. Gambian Women's Life Matters. I am Wasaboja. Gambian Women's Life Matters. I am Jangebu. Gambian Women's Life Matters. I am Kanimade. Gambian Women's Life Matters. I am Patujaju. Gambian Women's Life Matters. I am Wasaboja. Gambian Women's Life Matters. I am Kanimade. Gambian Women's Life Matters. I am Kumbasambu. Gambian Women's Life Matters. Gambian Women's Life Matters.
Yes, ma'am.
Gambian Women's Life Matters. 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 I am Wasaboja. Gambian Women's Life Matters. I am Katumbalo. Gambian Women's Life Matters. I am Jangebu. Gambian Women's Life Matters. I am Patuseni. Gambian Women's Life Matters. I am Wasaboja. Gambian Women's Life Matters. 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 I am Wasaboja. Gambian Women's Life Matters. I am Wasaboja. Gambian Women's Life Matters. I am Jangebu. Gambian Women's Life Matters. I am Katumbalo. Gambian Women's Life Matters. 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 Gambian Women's women's life matters. Gambia women's life matters. Gambia women's life matters. Gambia women's life matters. Gambian women's life matters. Gambia women's life matters. Gambian women's life matters. Gambia women's life matters. I am Jankibu. Gambia women's life matters. I am Patanyo. Gambia women's life matters. I am Dinajo. Gambia women's life matters. I am Kumasabu. Gambia women's life matters. I am Kadimane. Gambia women's life matters. Gambian women's life matters. Gambia women's life matters. Gambian women's life matters. Gambia women's life matters. Gambian women's life matters. Gambia women's life matters. Gambia women's life matters. I am Dinajo. Gambia women's life matters. I am Kumasabu. Gambia women's life matters. I am Kumasabu. Gambia women's life matters. Gambia women's life matters. I am Panu. Gambia women's life matters. I am Kumasabu. Gambia women's life matters. Gambian women's life matters. Gambia women's life matters. Gambian women's life matters. Gambia women's life matters. I am Kumasabu. Gambia women's life matters. I am Dinajo. Gambia women's life matters. I am Patanyo. Gambia women's life matters. I am Kumasabu. Gambia women's life matters. I am Kanisa. Gambia women's life matters. I am Kumasabu. Gambia women's life matters. Gambian women's life matters. 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 Gambia women's life matters. I am Kumasabu. Gambia women's life matters. I am Dinajo. Gambia women's life matters. I am Kadimane. Gambia women's life matters. I am Kumasabu. Gambia women's life matters. I am Jankibu. Gambia women's life matters. Gambia women's life matters.
Okay, mbokk yi seetaan fi fu mu nekk nii Excellency Westfield Youth Monument bi gis nañ different philanthropists, different Gambians ñu fii so fa mu nekk nii ñu ngi si Gambian Women Life Matters peaceful protest bu gaay am fii ak tamit di commemorate seen 1 year anniversary so gis ngeen fa mu nekk nii mbokk man gis nañ fii kooku di Mandi Jubaate moom tamit mu ngi fii so fu mu nekk nii we have the families of the victims ñoom ñoo nekk nii pour taxaw pour ñëw fête li nga xam ne moo nekk bés bi kon ñu la wax ne rek stay tuned to Gambian Talents TV as we bring you live coverage of lépp nga xam ne
Nina to wala karole ka bataje ka man toro soto wata wati na tano to nita leje puyelo ne kayelo soto muleo sam kami amon ko na baljiri kalo muleo sam wata wat nina ta puka yelo soto musolla karole puye jiri buka soto no wala ki ne be fitti kanjal bi putan na bala pada ita ni masa punala mimbe keri so na fitti mol soto jang puta ita ni molla fitti mol mil bi jang puyelo story ko because nintalia ko e ka fala fa man ka tonya ti me wuli yalla ni na story ko wato wati ni na sape e ka fala ka man soto bari bi victime pele ti jay la famille bi jang il faut c'est la story ko pour la tamoy ta ndel kam fe ni ka ko nga tonya la ko bari ni na ko wato wati ni wala ni na sape wala malen ni a post Facebook e ka fala ka man tonya ko wala bo politique la ndol man ter politique la man ter politique parti koma politique man ter koma moment temen duya ndele gameleje Gambia musolla batada wala wosi wala kin mbolle kelega anyo kelon ta bulala bi nda bulala somba de wante maje masaku ndaye wuli ya kele lafta mun ne priya bo ni mo ke ndal fala tam ko nyono la kaka nyin kelo mbele denta la Gambia la kelo la nyini Gambia musol bi wala ba bataka wa musol mul yale ko diwol wonu mo malo soma wala be kele do munti o diwol mo malo wala be kele president do sa kelo doctorot so hado bi da kata la ko Gambia musol ila jirio be soni ale bunya so mbo bukala makra na de ko la fande mame kili sono mi ala sa diamono ala on story ala baraka ba
Okay, we have families of the victims about to call them for his own testimony with regards to what happened to their beloved relatives. So we have a few of relatives, victims, testimony.
Gambian Women like water, when I'm going to roll but not the way at a table day, almost 2 days, but 1 to 2 days, Madiala. That day, I'm not going to you know what I have. So, what's your battle? They also deserve to live. I'm Ibrahim Sambu.
Okay, Ibrahim Samba baraka bake. Mom kana na walang eganti, ako na yala story for.
Man may eganti. Man victim la man tamit. I'm a victim. Suma sister Mosi gañu. Suma raka Mosi gañu. Ngeen sété bu ñëwé ñu suma benen raka bi mu ngi joy seriously. Mu ngi am ay twins, dafa dé am ay twins. Te negligence la because dafa dem Sukuta Health Center. Mu ngi dem def follow definam pour dem nurse, li ñuy wax dem nurse. Then ñu ne ko ne demal Kanifing léegi instead of ñu jox ko ambulance dañ ko ne demal Kanifing léegi moom instead of mu dem Kanifing moom demul Kanifing moom tamit mu ñëwaat ci kër gi mu ne because ñu ne dañ ko ne dañ koy opérer te xale la xam ñu ne dañ koy opérer mu ñëwaat ci kër gi toog waxul ko kenn mu ñëw noppi so bu suma sister laajtee mu ne ko ne yow lan lañ la wax lopitaan bi mu ne dañ ma ne damay dem ci hospital bi dañ may opérer tey pour ma wasin because ay twins la mënuma koy wasin kooku mu ne ko jógal ñu dem bu ñëw egg si Kanifing fekk is too late il faut mu opérer so muy nekk di bleed continuously ñu génnee woomam bi ñu ne dañ koy seefuñ ko xam nga ñu teg ko fa ñu ne mu ngee bleed continuous bleeding mu ngi wasin depuis Friday ba Monday ñu ne dañ koy refer Wednesday, late around 8 p.m. dañ ko yóbbu Banjul the next day Banjul fekkee it's too late bi ma waxee ak nurse bi ma ne ko dafay dem dialysis mu ne ma ne waroon nañ koy indi mu dem dialysis depuis teel because depuis mu wasin demul sebenut you know so it's too late pour mu dem dialysis mu ne ma ne du ko méeg understand nga ñu ne ma ne indil twins sami mu xool leen ma indi twins sami teg leen ci booram benn ko yàlla jëlee twins yaa ngi ak man maa ngi gërëm naka la tudda Gambian Women Life Matters maa ngi koy gërëm mënuma leen fay aw ma seen fay yàlla moo because without ñoom bu fekkoon ne ci government bi la rek konoon luus naa twins yooyu sax understand nga xale la seyuma aw ma doom and I'm still with the twins understand nga mu neex mu naxari maa ngi ak ñoom understand government bi because sometimes so blame the hospitals they get blame the other side of the government tamit because defuñ benn effort pour save jigéen ñi dafa mel ni rek dañ leen jël as mbalit or whatever ñu leen ooyee jigéen bi bu dee they don't care understand nga so li ma am pour wax rek mooy mënuma blame hospital si without blaming the government too so maa ngi sant yàlla nag di sant Gambian Women's Life Matters del na leen yàlla fay maa ngi fi am suma yeneen morom yi nga xam ne tamit ñu ngi bugg a wax thank you so much.
Assalamu alaikum. Ndetomo esa sidibeleti. Mbanyin karo min kono ala tiltandin sabonyin. Abenta tene lungola fe. Namuso na sama loptano to. Na bije o around after 4 ma fango. But all along kabring ay konota wala ala kono nya nani jamoti. Ala kono nya follow ay wulu loptano to flanja a wulu suwol kono. Sabanja a wulu loptano to nani jam mbolo kono tenting naba loptano to defo ba makoy kan. Aba taman na afamwe nana ta na bada taman wala si mfanga balom ta ka massage ka balom ta ka massage ka nyab ka courage yala ka tanda ko ya di sabol wulu nyame nyini fane ba wulu lo wolo nyama nga se sko kono muso bambanding aba taman na for around after 5 kata 6 wato kan tena lugola no so le akomande kayta kono to defo nata defo kono to lebo wod nyinto la raw nyin kabir na fata je nka ko ngi mako selba ko nyoko hani mba sel no la fa la raw muta selta la ranka asita fa je na bije mba ko mo sila na tandala ifango bambandi ya ala to finkon iba nying statement to jang iba bola janna kayra kono nga se kayra kono na diata ale bay yedi sababe wulule imam bata da soto je na diata ale ina hakilo tankundi ba wulula nga se mbolo kono je na ba kachala after no sol ifana natana wokola nanta kan na alpha ba dokol ka tandala ko musonyin abatingolo to ngo finto ke banta kata ko wokol ni wo diamola mbama dinde na ta kumandi atandina ko musonyi wuluta la din sunkuti ndigol soto a wuluta nga communication no nyum kuntu wolto mputata no so ko nyoko meta commande lale ngay manu diamol telephone ko nyoko la muso wuluta le mputata muso la dafa nga jam aba betaring aba bamanding ndata nga ko mo singa fay congratulations dinni mo fela nata alhamdulillah bati to puto nga sey ngay mbo ko ba nga domoro nyine domoro ke ko nyoko hani ablani parta jan sa domoro nada tanala okay problem tala na bo to ndebije ndaka foko sa mba bataka ne priya to puto nanga sey no sol ko nyoko ngefu jela emergency la soto so woyin kijo fara mo mi alon ko ay timo ke kadi kono to fa wuluta ifana anake maka communicate normally all of a sudden no sol ke commande ka fo ko nga emergency la soto rosta no so kan ka communicate akonyo ko aba bleed kan seriously aba stop no nga ko baroba kel no nyadile akonyo ko aba tembo minto fo ite en fujanna akonyo ko finti jang je ini doctoral bije monto ibije fo monto minute dantan woko no no so nyini ka ko te ko nyoko na kayto bije nyata min sign na because nyina yelo nya mon stop no ya faham so mbolo to iko nyoka kayto nyi fa sign because nyata ka opere le pour que yelo nyi stop ya faham so akata wala nyama fa kayto nyi tima jibe fa nga sign na because nyina jata ke na wol komatente so wol ko lale ibije ya ros ka sama theater to wo suto la tena lungo suto londe ya roska dundi theater kono iba operation la sama start ka busa na hadi akilo ba ka wolu sama busa tabake on the 13th of this month wolu sama warta bake iba operation kono je ameda do mandi kuran tata ya faham kuran tata ibije it takes some minutes ikafo minka generator operate bole nyini kan ngijo en fora fom mbuka dunia fango jeno momi yalo ko be operation la docteur ol fanka fintinan iko docteur do fam je fay bunda famo damfu kam fa kamala wokola ngaje kuran manata yaro fa nani ka fino ma min kete basiri sawti wala fu batterie la bir kama lopta wala generator man batterie soto amam batterie soto nyina la moto batterie bondi ay wodi la moto batterie ni yola plug je wo plug ko fon spana kele man kele fon so burga batterie nyim plug wo murdo ko de kada ka pakin kada ka kele nyinta kada ka dila pour que batterie nyim fixe wo be na muso ba kono toje operation théâtre nyim toje blaba dibiri feka lu sol mala wokola le nada fonyo ko e ko bordo bi ya manso do fongata ngani ni pharmacie ngoto ya boro nyin tofo nenama to mo wala nga to mo ka fonyo ko ringas group 9 nata no sol ni docteur wol bi wol balon nale ya ngani ni ka wo nyadi ko nyaka aji kaba ma non tata pharmacie ngoto wo suto la nin kaf nyoma na la piko mo rosta sama warali ntata wo pharmacie nyinto wole ye ringas group 9 fen ko nyini ma soto ma jeje wol ko nyoka mantra maje ko ko mbayi soto no munto nyoko nyoko tabir kama Newtown pharmacie ndobije ndato ko nyoka man soto no loptano do ko li ko nyoko ye kirin soto jele bo use kande sa murunta ko de ko nyoko vitamin K anim bor ko tawal min yanko yollo tofo bari hakle vitamin K la muta vitamin K nyinga man soto je bo fana ngamoto mala ko de wo suto kata wonni ne kanana wo vitamin K ni wo bor jamal mume is close to $2,000 na ma shawoti wota mon defo bala $800 wala fankatari mbala ni mentata wala tam pharmacie ni dinka ko nyimu do somo dan sa ko do nyin dila ni wo borol natana kana muro loptano to wo borol nge filande de less than 5 minutes docteur on ngaje ka findina to wo boro futa tan ngaje bundaele ko mineketa ko nyoko a fata so ni non tell a story wala nan ko bi fon fana nga findina jang ngani fo Gambia ko jang Gambia nol salo mimba keri ha loptanol boro tije labe ba noring abal fa warta so mba journalisol be dan do bi aka dung loptanol kono ale je la facilité dibe ba nyami iba modun la operation tiata ko nyaadi le boro mantra je imang ringas group 9 soto je imang vitamin K soto je ko mi ya fo nyami ning boba bleed kang iba sula la vitamin K la pour ka bleeding you stop woto abolo nyama tele story nyinde di pour sa kala muto nyama atomo aji sukay jawo na musolo mi yalan ko na futu da sanji sey ay dinna na wala wulunye ala dinna ni jonga banta wolto dinno hena o sokono aba susu kanje mbari musol ba susu ndika so mbate mo mi to Gambia be sa kala muto nyama no loptano la man safe komando na musolo bi o ko yadi mi ko nyoko ya sama loptano to kijo imfana man han kada loptano to ngoy mantala je ngasa ba clinique ko to so loptano fon sa nintinga to mo loptano akan kijo le fara man han loptano la fon mbate mo mi to so pour Gambia no sa kala muto nyama na moy ko Gambia government ye million nankam bondi pour que ambulance ol sang bar bi kan loptano ila generator man batterie soto generator man batterie soto ila borol fanan tije pour mol sa kala muto nyama ala barka ndito mo esa sidi belete aji suka jawo kemal ala barka
okay can we have the mic?
Okay, from the kind of gis that most of the families of the victims joxe nañ li nga xam ne moo nekk testimony
anda la janna fa ay tembo ay bore de bakke mol min yale be seru ko ma jena al katana alena nan allah na jalla na fa lesla alna Allah kamun na prasa kibaro may ale information sa akna ta mol please jali ali para badawda yena entertainment ke 5 minutes jani mbajum kunne sound system o be parela because all ba complain kan ko mol kamum ko im ka moy anyun to nyalo andi message nyata deliveral mol nyata moy la mol kamum ko jali ali ibe dawda nana mbay mol entertain jani mbajum kunne parela please because mol ba complain kan im ka moy ala important tele mol yalla numbe kere
thank you. Okay, beautiful viewers, okay, nekk di seetaan fi mu nekk nii dégg ngeen most of the families of the victims joxe nañ seen testimony with regards to what happened to them. So from the ñu ngi si Westfield Youth Women fi nga xam ne foofu la everything nekk di happen. We have families of the victims and jëkkër yi ñeneen seen family members yi others and sisters yi joxe nañ testimonies with regards to how most of their victims get to lose their life when they were given birth. So lii doon na loo xam ne war nañ see bàyyi seen xel bu baax a baax a baax jigéen yu bëri yaa ngi joy with regards to lu nekk di happen right now. So comme ni ko gaa waxee rek Gambian Women's Life Matters. So comme ni ko ne we have entertainment by Jali Aliou mi nga xam ne right now ba léegi ñu ngi si fi nga xam ne moo nekk Westfield Youth Women bi pour witness loolu de am Gambian Women's Lives Matters and 1 year celebration bi ak tamit ñu ngi talk about most of the difficulties yi nga xam ne yooyu la suñu jigéen yi nekk di dem si hospitals yi. So we have different women from different walks of life, family members of victims ak ñi nga xam ne ñoo nekk victims yi seen bopp sax others are here. So I'm going for a little bit of entertainment by Jali Aliu. So now we're there. Stay tuned to Gambian Talents TV. You're in the live broadcast of what's happening. Face Westfield monument with Jigini Giverin and pages that I am the Jobate movie, just the likes of Esa Fall. So this call for concern to every genuine Gambian pour mën a gis ne génn si nen pour ñëw am support lii because Gambia yi ko nekk di joy with regards to sun healthcare system bi ak what our women are going through when they are about to give birth. So war nañ see bàyyi suñu xel bu baax a baax. Léegi naka la So the program is about to begin. We have different people in from different places. It's something very sad. So one and say based on help as Gambian women. Then childbirth shouldn't be a death sentence to every woman. So so we have seen different people, different individuals from different places who know fake li nga xamne mo nek so stay tuned to Gambian Talents TV ñoo leen nekkal fi tamit pour wane leen lepp li nga xamne mu ngi happen fi sa Westfield si Youth Monument. So the program is about to begin right now.
Okay, good morning, ladies and gentlemen, everyone present here. I would like to thank my colleagues in the media. You all are welcome to this occasion. Before we begin with the press conference, I would like everyone to observe a moment of silence for the victims and their families who lost their life during giving birth. Can we all do individual prayers within ourselves, please? Thank you. Thank you very much. Amin Ya Rabbi. May all our prayers be answered. This press conference is a call to action. I would like to begin with Gambian Women's Life Matter is a social movement of concerned citizens that came together to fight against the high rates of maternal mortality in the Gambia. We are a non-partisan movement comprising both men and women with the sole aim of reducing maternal mortality, advocating for increased investment in the health sector and to raise awareness of the general public, state and non-state actors on matters affecting women and children in the Gambia. We commend and applaud the government of the Gambia for their support towards the health sector during these trying times of COVID-19. We noted the attention that the health sector has gained over the time due to many health challenges the world is faced with. We also note that Gambia is a signatory to the African Charter on Human and People's Rights, dubbed in Banjul, charter that protects both the civil and political rights as well as the economic, social and cultural rights of citizens. The Banjul Charter also guarantees the equality of men and women and prohibits discrimination, including based on sex, among other statuses. We also note that Gambia is a signatory to the African Charter on Human and People's Rights, dubbed in Banjul. Furthermore, The African Charter on the Rights of Women, otherwise known as the Maputo Protocol, complements the African Charter by providing an explicit definition of discrimination against women and addressing traditional values and practices that can impair gender equality, including forced marriage and female genital mutilation. The Gambia has not only signed these instruments, but in our own constitution, the rights of women and girls have been guaranteed under Section 28 and further buttressed in the Directive Principles of State Policy in under Chapter 20 rather. We also note that the Gambia has its own Women's Act, Children's Act, Disability Act, Sexual Offence Act, and Domestic Violence Act, among other laws, and relevant policies, all of which uphold the rights of women and girls and place clear obligations on the government to respect, protect, and fulfill these rights. As a signatory to international instruments that protect the rights of women and girls, and especially the UN Convention on the Rights of the Children, discrimination against women, and the Gambia government is under international organization to further protect women and girls, which includes to ensure that women and girls obtain and access service, facilities, resources that will ensure that health and well-being as equal human beings in this country is observed. As an advocacy group, the Gambian Women's Life Matter are concerned that despite its commitments and efforts by the government in promotion and protection of the rights and welfare of girls and women, our mothers and sisters continue to die in their numbers during childbirth. Pregnancy has become a life sentence for many when it should be a blessing and joy. The noble task of procreation for the continued survival and existence of human race on earth. Hence, pregnancy is special and every effort must be made to make it safe, enjoyable, and peaceful. Unfortunately, this has not been the case of many women in this country. This is a huge cause for concern for us, and we hold that the state is failing in its duty to vigorously and proactively respect, protect, and fulfill the rights of these women. In this regard, allow us to state that in the protection of human rights and provided in domestic, regional, and international instruments, a non-negotiable three-tier obligation has been placed on the state to uphold. There are obligations to respect. This is to recognize and accept that first of all human rights exist and they deserve to be protected and fulfilled by the states and everyone else. Again, obligation to protect. That the state to refrain from interfering, harming, or abusing directly or indirectly with the enjoyment of reproductive rights. This obligation also includes the state to prevent third parties from infringing on reproductive rights and to make steps to investigate and punish such violations when they occur. That the state adopt whatever measures or provide necessary resources necessary, be they legislative, budgetary, judicial, and/or administrative, to ensure the achievement of the full realization of reproductive rights. We know that as part of their obligations, states must ensure that reproductive health system, information, goods, and services are available, accessible, acceptable, and of good quality for states to meet their obligation to respect, protect, and fulfill reproductive rights. We are saddened that despite these instruments, Gambian women continue to suffer and die with impunity as their lives never mattered, contrary to our belief that no woman should die while giving birth. Daily accounts indicate that we lose 2 or more women during childbirth due to lack of blood, poor hospital conditions, including lack of necessary medical equipment, or even electricity and water supply and ambulance service, among others, which pose a direct contravention to the government's obligation while undermining the right to life of women. We hold that no Gambian woman should die just to give birth to another Gambian. Both lives must live and in good health. We are therefore calling on the government and all stakeholders that this march is a call to action. We are hereby making the following demands to the Gambia government and all relevant state institutions for urgent and comprehensive action. We reserve the right to employ all other peaceful constitutions and democratic measures to ensure that the lives of Gambian women are not endangered while giving back to a Gambia. To institute a commission of inquiry to publicly investigate all maternal deaths over the last 5 years with a view to ascertain the reason and identify measures to address them. To open a public inquiry on the utilization of the funds given to the health sector during COVID-19 to ensure that every butut was well spent in line with the law, and where there have been causes of corruption and mismanagement, necessary measures of accountability are undertaken. Call on the government to increase the budgetary allocation to the health sector to the 15% agreed in line with the AU Abuja Declaration of 2001. We also urge the Minister of Health to take responsibility for all babies of mothers who died out of negligence, incompetence, lack of proper infrastructure, or for lack of adequate and timely information. The Ministry of Gender, Children and Social Welfare, as well as the Department of Social Welfare, to be fully strengthened and empowered to take up their role more effectively to save women and girls. We are calling on the Gambia government to eliminate all costs related to antenatal and postnatal care and strengthen the OG units of all health facilities in the country to ensure availability, access and quality. We cannot conclude without remembering those of our colleagues who died untimely for the wrongs of others. They are the heroes. We pray for Fanta Job of Brikama Misira in the West Coast region, Fatima Tambala of Jalambang village in West Coast region, Fatima Takijera of Brikama Misira in West Coast region, Kumba Sambo of Tubakita village in West Coast region, Kadimane of Kitty village in West Coast region, Wasabojan, Brikama in the West Coast region, Fatima Tali in the Greater Banjul area, and Jankimbu in the Greater Banjul area. I thank you all for your kind attention. Also, I would like to thank Aisha Sinate Foundation, Mother's Health Foundation, and Mama Care Foundation for always supporting Gambia Women's Life Matter movement. Especially Aisha Sinate Foundation and Mother's Health. They have been providing babies who lost their mothers on milk, clothes, and so many things that they would need for their upbringing. So we want to say a big thank you to all of you, and I think the floor is open for questions.
Thank you so much, Sally, for that well-articulated message, and I wish our demands are met. And we will not conclude this gathering without inviting Uncle Madi to deliver a short statement. Uncle Madi, welcome.
Thank you. For those who have been victims of lost lives as they give back to a Gambian, can you observe a minute silence? Can you observe a minute silence? Thank you. May their souls rest in perfect peace. The woman is the most important person in human society. We've listened to the families of the victims, and if you are listening very well to, I think it's Sheriff from the camp, his wife died, and that's it. The baby girl. Now, he's denied company, and that's gonna have lifelong effects on the system. But more importantly, we have that baby who is not going to get that breast milk, that mother's love that she needs, that every human being needs. And then, of course, the siblings are there, and the rest of the family going through grief for something that is unnecessary. I think it is so scandalous. I cannot express how angry I am that a human being, and a woman for that matter, giving birth to a Gambian had to die because of a gender, because of electricity. Now this is a very serious issue, and I think all Gambians must recognize this and rise up to address this, because it is utterly unnecessary. The Gambian government has all the resources necessary to make pregnancy enjoyable, comfortable, and make childbirth safe for our women. So as a husband, as a father of girls, I am scared, I am shocked, I am angry to think that my wife or my daughter could be a victim, could be one of those girls. It is utterly unacceptable. And the Gambian government has full obligation, the statement has highlighted that here, that the Gambian government has obligation to make sure that facilities and resources are adequately provided to ensure that our women who are pregnant, who are giving birth to another Gambian, do so in peace and safety. There's absolutely no reason why Brikama Health Center should be in the condition in which it is, or Serakunda Hospital, or Ero Francisco Hospital, or Liverpool Protocol Hospital. There's absolutely no reason other than the fact that the necessary political will does not exist in our government to deploy the resources necessary to ensure safe pregnancy, safe child delivery, in comfort and happiness. And this is what citizens got to realize. And our problem is not merely about the government, but our citizens. Which Gambian does not have a mother, a wife, a sister, a female friend? This place has been filled to capacity from here to traffic lights by Gambian men, Gambian women, Gambian children. Because this is directly about our own lives. So we, the people of the Gambia, got to take our lives seriously. Those who died, they never chose for their people to die in giving childbirth. So this could have happened to any Gambian. So any Gambian with conscience should have been here. And more importantly, we should have expected that the Vice President, Dr. Asatu Ture, should have been here. The Minister of Health, Nabi Sabada, should have been here. The Minister for Gender, Social Welfare and Children, Fatu Kinte, should have been here. Exactly. The Speaker of the National Assembly, Mariam Dendin, should have been here. Exactly. And so on and so on. But that alone tells us, Gambian women, your life don't matter. Exactly. By the people you elect and appoint to be in charge of our public institutions, that should deliver the services to you to have comfort and safety. That is what we do. Because why in the first place would the IGP have the audacity to deny a permit for this my pass? Exactly. And then to wait for within 24 hours or 48 hours to give back that permit and to restrict this march to a space of 100 meters and for 2 hours. As if we are seeking his permission, or he's the king of the Gambia and we are tenants, foreigners in this country. This is our country. So Gambian women, your lives, the people who are in charge of this country, they don't care about your lives. And it is high time Gambian women, but more importantly, Gambian men and women and all citizens to stand up to say it is unacceptable. Go to Edward Francisco Teaching Hospital as our topmost hospital right now and just see the squalor of that compound, the dilapidation of that hospital itself, the uncleanness, the filth in that hospital. And this is our topmost hospital. Meantime, you would have the state house, the ministers, the president, top government officials driving huge vehicles all over this place. With all the comfort that they need, yet they don't even take their wives and children to Brikama Health Center. But that's why you and me, the poor people, go there. And this is what we got to recognize. So, governments got had to stand up to say, look, we pay tax. Gambians pay tax, huge amount of tax. Gambia receives huge amount of loans and grants. And we cannot have a country in which people who are in government continue to enjoy benefits and incentives and comfort, and we the people who are paying them, we die as we give back to another Gambian. It is utterly unacceptable. So I thank the Gambian Rights and Women Rights Matter movement and all the organizations that have come here, and we the few serious, conscientious Gambians who have decided to come here under this hot sun and express what is unjust, what is unacceptable, what is unfair. And I think this battle should continue, and we should not rest until we make sure we have the state-of-the-art hospital at Aero Transport Teaching Hospital and in all our health centers from Banjul to Potomac. I thank you very much.
Assalamu alaikum to you all. My name is Kumbaseka and I'm from Dipilo. I'm a victim. I came to say a story about my mom. Her name is Naisam. She died 3 months ago while giving birth. I will never forget that day. I was on my way going to school. They called me and said that my mom is going to the hospital. I rushed to Kanetin to meet her there, and they take her to Banjul. I went to Banjul. We sat almost for 2 hours on the door. They said I should not enter, and I'm the only one responsible for my mom. We lost our father 6 years ago. We are only remaining with our mom. So I'm the only one responsible to go in with my mom to stay with her. And the God said I should not go in. I'm small. And I'm 21 years old. I have all the right to go and visit my mom, to go and check on her. After 2 hours later, my mom was suffering. So he called on the phone and told me that I should call my grandma because she's the leader of the compound. She's the only one in the compound. I called her, she went there, she went in. I was still sitting at the door. They said I won't enter. And I'm the first child of my mom. My mom begged them so that I can enter. But still they said I won't enter. I sat there for 5 hours. They came up and told me they lost my mom.
Oh my God.
She was bleeding. Okay, alhamdulillah that I had a brother, but I lost my brother 3 weeks after that.
Oh my God.
Yes, because when my mom gave birth, my brother was sick. Why should they give us only my brother without telling us he is sick? They should have given us medicine, even if we are poor. We all standing here. I know we have no money to go to the private hospitals. Our mothers and our sisters have every right to go to this hospital and give birth normally. If you want to give birth properly in the Gambia, you have to go to a private hospital, and that's not okay. We are all Gambians. We have every right to give birth in our local hospitals. Us the Gambian girls, we are here suffering because of our... Look, I'm the one taking care of my three sisters and 1 brother. My mom is no more, my dad is no more. All this is because of giving birth to a hospital that is not having proper equipment. We have every right to stand here and say the right. I was just hearing that we have no permission. We should, I don't know how to yell. We have every right to march and say what's from our heart. Our Gambian women have right to give birth normally. We have right to do everything in this Gambia because we are paying tax. With every month we are paying our normal tax. I think we should have every right to give birth in our hospital like the way others do. We should have proper equipment, and please urge the government to help us in this matter. Because the reason why we came in this question, just to talk about this thing, I think they should try and help us. Because I'm not the only one who lose my mom. We have others who lose their mothers, their sisters. So I believe we should have help, and they should provide every necessary equipment in the Gambian local hospitals. And thank you all.
seetaan bañ leen a wax ne right now ba léegi ñu fi nga xam ne moo nekk ci Westfield Youth Monument fi nga xam ne ñu ngi yëpp ñi nga xam ne family members of victims yi nga xam ne ñoo sofat li nga xam ne moo nekk jafe-jafe nga xam ne ñooy ah ngeen ne
Assalamu alaikum. I'm greeting everyone here. While we were marching, some of you could see me crying bitterly. I wasn't crying because of my cousin or my sister passed away. I'm crying because I'm a woman. I'm crying because youth are in big risks. We are all at risk as women. Giving back, we are at the age of giving back. But if we are to give back and die, I don't see how, why should we, Gambian women, you lose their life, all because of hospital negligence.
Kasap.
Sis, mai gini di sini gara-gara ada.
Kantu bi ni ya di jam bin sa jinan se diamu ni ku ya le bi jammi anen kumbo anen ni toro bar bi tun sen ni sol nyabu ni man bi sol nyabu na dimin na mu ngin ta fono la bar Gambia be tembe da min do bi nsa fale ko to la ni kuru bomba te to lambali jayila ala e anen kila ko ala sal sambanyato ko ala se ni kuru bo sambanyato nte do ma ni bota batini fatini ni ke tasiri ko janti age kebuje ala muso wala wuluta aya dimo tuje ika fay fandu dena no be mun kele sirin sabatirin bakawle par dena no be mun bar ku folo don salo ko bi an tol bi sabu kal tole kan kan te man sakundala kan tudin be kere Gambia kono man sakundaya belanne para man ku na faja man ku jarage birin tol ku bota an tol ne tol kiskis fa na ka fanta ko kono anna ka jandi dindi ka jama keke jama kodi jama modu na be ti lo de farai ni kato wata ton yen ton kiri dawalan be wullale man ke dia nyaaw nyaabal ni ko to ma hay nan aja ka jibo janna na ka jam ajen to ta rawol na te do ko na bi Gambia koy na ko katon ndeka fa bi kama do tano damma Gambia koy na ko katon ma be do tano futa ngai ra bi na ta je no mi na ngafo minister bar kuma ko besiri ngala ni sama sama ko kuma min fon fon yokuya ka ko doctor jama kana bori jama bi jam ni to ni ambulance wal ni yana ke ton fata la de wala ka ambulance la ni kuran ta biye to di ambulance ko ne yesa mbalo tan bori ke sole ka bi ko din tol ngalo ni ala ni kila muswali be bulula ibe di wal tulaje wala dol ni di wal kata jamaa la tawra ngamira bangola kasiala ko bangola katalala le bang imma ko man la katalala president baron te dem ba fole te aja ida bojang ba kawni town ni tele mo ikati lumbi wallahi yatambo minge katambila kunsu muswalu Gambia muso man sawo man sani aja lota gi muswalle te ti ko ilota muswalle te ti muswalle te ka puti barwa muswal fanani ya kumwandi imam kuno ila bari to fane ni ne go ken nin tele ma be dole la ina jangi de masibo min bi jam ani ko min be keri Gambia ko na aya long barana ta kan be ta ade tiata bar docteur sama te nani ne fay ko ta e di ke so ita la bidano di be min ka ta ma je ko ya lo fay ma lo wuri ta ma ya ta je mo ka boro le sang nga ni bari ke la buso ti ma ya ma so mandale a wulu ta wo so manda kilo mo ta na ma so bari jadi ba fala mon ta wati fala don no sol ka be bilip kam bir kama la bitan ko be warani nyami wulu ko be warani nyami no so fala ta ko man ke no so ti man ke docteur de okli len ndema wala ko jewol ko yunu min takani kantonia mo samba na uluta ya jamii kababala ni taman suter ke jamii man faham je ni ma keno asamba na mi ya non ko loktan bani be bandu loktan asamba je kuma do ni wal fana man kunun salon ko ala ko lesi barali ya do ren ya ka ke ko ta ko iya wani na ta kai la musu sabana ta ayana ta adiyalla aye o ye lo hali bi bilit man ken kuntuno ada sama loktan din so wanda kalan tanen ke fo wula o talan woro wula tambita ibe futana sara biri joto wa ko tutu tambi ibe futana ya watu ni mai mafe mafutani muna na ta fala na fata da gida kumbola mbe muna kumbola na man kai lokano la minister tuli ya lokate be lori yara lo ngani mfoya walu mfoya kuno ni bi man kilin kuno kole kuno kaka nyawa nyama lopitano usoni man kumbola fanya haramuka bori keso mo ma kumbo mkoye momo ila jamano kabanye bari bibe president barola jamano la kono yinsa ya nya ndama je ngotu mo mbota yinsa ji mo mo kono manyi bulula ni ka fata do nyama bari telole mai momo simoma ibe wulla bari oto musol mba tendula mbali jaila musol fama do ya tanyi tila bere nyanta bigila albere finki oto mba tendula mbali jaila mbe wala le simani jake kendala aje badna fami kenna dena noli aje bayon pasamina aje aida mo jamba ka mutam ba dena no fabe ke buje ka fa istu bo jam ada baraka ala mali al don tila le tiro to wato wato be fitran man ke de nyaw nyam bal ko ma bin bal ko ma sam ka du mo ni ka kila ti wal pasa ka bayon ti pasa ala ma ala al tu ala ma ala al tu bal jam idin bar ala ma ala ejo ni la din bal ke ala baraka ko be ko dan
Okay, you said and we still have people nga xamne buy ko from different places pour ñew fété nga xamne mo nek bés bi. We have ST the Gambian Dream mo ngi li fi mom tam ñew na am ba fété am ba bés bi. Kon do na lo xamne ñi ñang ko appreciate bu baaxa baax. So we have to listen to it.
Alimbara. Yo, I'm content about it, another job. The music and the and the director of the soul life school. Because school only along Kanyan to be Jackal in do. Yeah, because the soul of party was saying, Gambian Cocoa. Example, Hana sort of that lad run Tamalong, and the Gambian Women and Tawula, So, Dr. Modi Tanglajang, and also Tapo and the Panambidan and Guru support, Mumbi la Puel, the Comusol like a party, Little Moma, Pantala Mopada, or Dula Mopada, and Mintata Timana so Minkana, so it's high time to Panambi and Bloka Puyokan. So, Dr. Modi, Consabula for being here, and don't have fire. We're gonna keep, pushing harder and harder and harder, yeah. So, manda jambu na tinde yang jimbon din kalali jele na. Yeah. Danya lilan na duti jam falan na itale bulun na itale na kumabeti na manjutulan na ile mambalan na duta kumobe gursa damale kafonya na itale bulu jadi kabeto dinna ninga kuja oke ikonye fatanyina nasula femal na ya de dinna yemin kadoni tanna fonka funyonya sebana budu doye dunde nyite ti manna ngani fino min fil dole talo na baje miliye jiwol fay dole ta konna dole bulo ko sile taye wonde donna dole ka batalu takidi wala kola wala dolonna isa dunia kan bamane da sana ani dole ne da kannan daji ko ne da tabbanna wala na dike kana ofisal ka wura ka ko ani muso ni ka fa wonde ba mallo so almam bulo laji almam bara
ñoo ko gisandoo ma gis leen ko nga xam ne mu nekk ST ma the Gambian Dream ma ñëw na fi
Thank you so much, Mr. Fan, for coming. And I think we've got the quoting here. Nimol na te dan kula wolon jambaro bari bafala esa fale gachandalana bari ala kajo be bulana jele anda tan nan kana be mo mabe alam mari wilbe tati moto alma dan nela alma ka fanni de man fila e mo be ten nge jey ila na ko wala jambi dir banko dawada ani miriya ha to so mi hele na ko dol kije in one way or the other we are said a very big thank you to all. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
And the Gambian Police Force for bringing that side, this side security. I didn't know me. Who can I come on? We are said a very big thank you.
Mike.